Okay, all of the windows that are the same type have the same type mark. Okay, and normally that would be okay for for what we want. But in this case, because we've got windows with varying header heights and different wall thicknesses, we just got a lot of stuff going on with windows. So we're going to assign them all an individual mark. And it's a little departure from the way that we've done things in the past. But because we just got so many different things going on, we can't pull them all, we cannot combine them together like we normally would. So that's why we're going to use the mark, and we're going to use alphabet letters to do that. If you will go ahead and create your window schedule and include the mark column, and just go ahead and tag all your windows, and then you can come in here and make the change here because it's going to assign a number. It'll come up with a number, and so you just come in here and change it in the schedule, and it will change it automatically in your drawing. Okay. It also gives you an opportunity to check your header heights because some of them, I noticed one of mine was too low. Um, and so I noticed it in here, and so I was able to fix it pretty easily in here. Okay. Now, the ones that are going to be a little weird is the transom window over the door. The head height for it's going to be weird. And then the transom that we have, um, or the arch window that's in the master study office, whatever it is. That one the header height for it's going to be kind of weird too. Okay, so uh, patient floor print. Okay, so you're gonna tag all your doors, tag all your windows, turn off when you're doing that. Turn off the leader function, uncheck that. We don't want to put a leader on them. Drag them to the outside, and then when you start placing dimensions, you'll pull your dimension line out. Okay, we're going to tag the steel beams. That way we can identify them in an easy way. So we want to tag the beams. Trying to think, is there anything else I need to address in this? Okay, text for these things. And your text is going to pretty much be just as it's shown in the drawing. What is that? Oh, okay. Um, where we've added drywall finishes to the inside, like around the stair, and then like this one that I just picked up, you may pick up some of those because it's down in that cut plane or in that view range. So if that happens, we're just going to hide them in the view. Okay, because I did notice that there was one over here from where we wrapped the stairs. Okay, so notes. Um, Typically, your notes are going to be a 332nd Arial font, so you'll need to change that as you're going through it. I made this one. I created this one for room names because here in the basement we really didn't do rooms, and we'll look at it when we get to the first floor. But I just created a new font. I copied the 1/4" Arial and changed it to City Blueprint. You should have that installed. You may not. It's a Windows font, so if you do not have City Blueprint, choose something that looks kind of similar to what's on the paper drawings. Okay, but a 1/4" height is good for that. Okay, so you're going to do your text. You're going to do dimensioning. Okay, applying room names, and pretty much when you're dimensioning back here to this back wall and you're trying to hit the edge of the concrete, a lot of times you can zoom in and hover and tab through it. Sometimes you can select it, sometimes you can't. Okay, so some of my dimensions ended up being a little weird. All right, so we're just going to do the best we can with that. All right, applying notes. Section views, we're going to deal with sections once we get onto the first floor. Some of them we'll leave on, some of them we're going to turn off, okay? So, because we don't need a gazillion section views in here. So we'll play with section views once we get to the first floor. Now the actual drawing sheet, we're going to try, right now we're going to try using the sheet format that we created last semester. I may look later today at editing that, and if I do, I'll post that into Blackboard, okay, as a download. But right now we're going to use this one. It's a 22-inch, 22 by 34. I'd like to go a little bigger if I can, but I don't know if I will. Okay, anyway, so you're going to bring your drawing floor plan print into here and get it kind of shifted over to the right side. I make some changes to your print template here, your title block template, to go ahead and add in this stuff and change class name. And the rest of this is in project information. Okay, so you'll do that. Now, notes, general notes. The easiest way to do this, okay, is go into Microsoft Word and type it up as you want it. Use the numbering system, create a numbered list, change your font to an Arial, 11 or 12, whatever you want. That's cool. But change it to an Arial font because that's what we're using in our drawings. And then go ahead and type your stuff in. Okay, make sure your spelling's right, punctuation's right, all that kind of stuff, and then save that document because some of this stuff we'll be able to reuse on our first floor sheet. All right, so then what you're going to do is you're going to copy all of this, select it all, Control-C to copy it. And back here in Revit, we're going to create a legend. So you right-click on Legends, go Create New, and I call it Foundation Notes. Okay, so once you've created the legend, you start a text box, and let me just start a new one. Oh, wait, Legends, new legend. I'm gonna leave it legend 1. Okay, go ahead and name it Foundation Notes. That way you don't get it confused with something else. Okay, scale 1/4 inch because that's what scale our paper is going to be. We'll go okay, and so I'll come back over here to my Word document, select it all, Control-C to copy, come back to Revit, and start a text command, and make sure it is set to 3/32 Arial, and it's just normal text, and then I'll start that, and I'll go Control-V, and it'll post it all in there. And then we need to grab the end of it and resize it back to about, well, like it shows on the drawings where the word interconnected, I believe, is right. Okay, so we want to do that. And then we come in here at the end of each line and you hold down your shift key and press enter. And that'll give you another line spacing in there without creating another number. And you just go shift enter all the way down. Okay, and that puts another line space between your numbered items. Okay, and then on your drawing, wait a minute, foundation plan drawing. Okay, so on your drawing, and then you just drag it from your browser and drop it over here and get it centered up. And then I did a text box up here in my 1/4 inch font for that. So right now, that's how we're going to set up the basement plan. Okay. There'll be more on the rest of our drawings coming later, but that's how we're going to set that up. So if you got questions, shoot me an email.